Hi, I'm Elizabeth Endy, and I'm here today talking to Michele Pearce about pedestrian and traffic safety in McLean. Hi, Michele. Can you tell us about Connect-McLean?
Sure. Connect-McLean is a grassroots organization that was initially founded by about 3 parents who were concerned about pedestrian and traffic safety here in McLean, particularly around our schools, Chesterfield Elementary School and Longfellow Middle School. And as such, we got together, we talked, and we realized that it was time that our community address this very concerning situation.
The former police captain in McLean mentioned that the Kirby Road is considered one of the most dangerous roadways.
That's correct. So the former police captain spent some time with us at the PTA at Chesterfield Elementary School several years ago and voiced his concerns that Kirby Road is in fact one of the most dangerous roads in Fairfax County, and so much so that he refused to place patrols out on Kirby because he was worried about their safety, which highlighted for us as a community how dire the situation in our community really is.
And what are your goals?
The goals of Connect-McLean are to, at the outset, try to focus our community on these issues, get people to think about driving safely on our streets, but most importantly, to advocate for measures to be implemented over time, including missing sidewalk links and traffic signage and better crosswalks so that our children can navigate our community safely.
Tell us about how you got involved with Connect-McLean in the first place.
The motivating factor for me was the fact that as a mother, I not only have to live with along Kirby Road, but I've also had the harrowing experience of watching as my son was trying to cross a crosswalk and a car stopping to let him pass through the crosswalk in front of Chesterbrook, and then another impatient driver scooting around and almost hitting him, which for me, really drove home for me the point that our community needs to get something done. And so thankfully nothing terrible resulted as a result of that, but it's time that we do something so that something similar doesn't happen in the future, and hopefully we won't see a child injured along our streets in some similar fashion in the future.
And the problem on Kirby and Chesterfield Road is that there's a lot of places that don't have sidewalks, correct?
The missing sidewalk links are certainly one concerning aspect of the problem, but the other aspect of the problem is that we don't have sufficient pedestrian crosswalks that are pedestrian light activated, whereby cars are mandated to stop. So what we'd like to do is initially focus on getting funding for those missing sidewalk links. That's the first start. And then the second part of this project is really focused on now, if we in fact get funding for that, where are the junctures, particularly near our school, where we can put in pedestrian activated lights so that kids can cross safely without having to worry about a car zipping by and hurting them.
And one other thing I wanted to ask you about, there's lots of schools and other places that kids and adults would want to walk to in the Kirby Road and Chesterbrook area, correct?
That's correct. So part of our initial community outreach or engagement, if you'd like to call it that, was to connect with every one of our neighbors. So our core group or our executive committee on Connect-McLean went and met with all of the business owners. There are numbers of businesses, for example, the Chesterbrook Pool and Tennis Club, Vincent Hall, the Montessori School. As I said, we dialogued with the PTAs at Longfellow and Chesterbrook Elementary School. These different owners of interest, if you'd like to call them that, expressed their similar concern that the road conditions here in terms of pedestrian and traffic safety are untenable and that something needs to be done. And so all of the different businesses and schools really embraced this concept of getting funding for missing sidewalk links and focusing with us as a concerned neighbor and partner in terms of getting something done and advocating with us. So that we can get the funding and we can start to improve the safety around these, community sites of interest is what they're called.